So with the gold crown here, we have determined it is 14 karat gold.
Yes.
And you would make me an offer on it?
For sure.
Did you know SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2023 Silver Eagles? Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back, Adrian.
Thank you.
Richard, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Harry,
Silver Dragons, good morning.
good morning. It's another beautiful day. I think probably the big thing to talk about first off is Adrian and Richard were just at the Long Beach Coin Show.
Yes.
How was that?
It was great. We had a good time and bought a lot, sold a lot, and even ran into a few of your subscribers.
Do people recognize you at the shows?
Oh yeah, definitely, and Richard too. And they asked for you, of course, and Harry, and it's always fun to interact with the subscribers.
So I've never been to the Long Beach Coin Show or any big coin show before, and I think probably a lot of the viewers are wondering, is this a place where the general public can go to buy stuff, or what is it like there?
Yeah, definitely. So that show is open from Thursday to Saturday for the public, and it's quite a big turnout. There's a lot of people that go in there and buy coins and all kinds of cool stuff.
They have everything there. I mean, if you're looking for something specific, you'll definitely find it. Prices, they're probably a little high.
Really?
It is Long Beach. Everybody's getting ready. It's the biggest show. They want to sell stuff. And but there is also competition. So if you want something, you'll be able to, go around and look for it, and maybe even find exactly what you're looking for at a good price too.
Yeah. I don't really go to a lot of coin shows. You don't go to a lot either, Harry, right?
No, I don't.
Because people are always asking, is that a place to get a good deal? And I'm like, I don't think so. It seems like it's more elevated prices.
I mean, my view, and it's, I'm sure, all wrong for a coin dealer, is that I have a show here every day. So, first of all, why put all the inventory at risk by hauling it somewhere or shipping it somewhere? And also, while there is a room full of potential customers, there's also a room full of competition. Mm-hmm. Whereas here, at least in this building, we're the only show. We're the only table, if you will. So my view on the shows is let those guys go.
Well, did you have fun? I mean, was it worth it?
Yeah, it was great. It was a great time. It's always fun to see dealers and subscribers and viewers and supporters, I guess I like to call it.
Harry was actually telling me you guys did some crazy giveaway or something at the show.
Yeah, so on our Whatnot Beach City Coins, we gave over $10,000 away. And,
dang.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's a way to give back and show appreciation to our followers here at the shop, Harry's Coin Shop, and also our online Beach City Coins, on Whatnot, and it was fun. We gave away $20 gold lib, 100-ounce bar, a bunch of kilos, and 10-ounce bars, and
wow.
Every order that day got a free silver dollar too.
For Dragons, we get a lot of requests from your viewers how to reach us. Mm-hmm. So here in the shop, this is our contact information.
All right.
We welcome phone calls, and if we can be of help to anyone, we would enjoy that. Also, on the Whatnot app, we operate under the name Beach City Coins.
And that's kind of like auctions and stuff like that?
Yeah, auctions, and also there's a presence on Instagram under that name as well.
Nice.
And that name comes from Adrian being from Long Beach, and the following he had there made no sense to start over with a different name, so we just kept going under the name Beach City.
Well, there it is, Beach City Coins.
Yeah, we have auctions pretty much 6 days a week.
Oh, nice.
And, most things start at just $1, so it's a...
Is that what you were doing at the show? You were doing auctions from the show?
Yeah, we were at the Whatnot booth and ran a few auctions there for like about an hour and a half or so.
Oh, wow.
And then we did our giveaway, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I was kind of wanting to go to the show. I haven't been to very many coin shows at all, but I'm just not really familiar with them, and I kind of always figured if I wanted a good deal, I'd just come in and see Harry,
There it is.
Why go all the way there,
Yeah. Well, hey, I was looking at your gold, and you got some some new stuff here. These Perth Mint bars. Are those 5, 10 gram? What's the size?
No,
on
they're
them?
all 5 gram bars.
Oh, 5 gram?
Bought it in a big lot yesterday.
Wow, look at that.
Not everyone can afford a full ounce, and so it's kind of fun to have a variety once in a while.
Yeah. What's the price on one of these if someone wanted to get a little 5 gram bar?
The price is $3.45.
There it is, $3.45. So for under $350, you can get yourself some gold.
It's about $20, $25 over melt, depending when spot is this morning.
Okay, so the premium's not too crazy.
Not terrible.
And it's a Perth Mint product too. It's a very nice Australian-made bar.
Yeah.
Most bars are private refiners, whereas this is under the auspices of the government of Australia.
Yeah, I think if I was going to get a 5 gram bar, it'd probably be something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I actually brought in a little bit of gold myself to maybe get appraised. And I know we've done some insane appraisal videos in the past, but
Better get you a tray.
yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just a few pieces because I'm genuinely curious what you'd pay for some of the more oddball type stuff.
Sure.
So I'll just put it down here and we'll have you guys take a look. But this is not your normal everyday gold.
Definitely not. You've got what appears to be a gold chain, if it is gold, some dental gold. You have a 10th ounce buffalo. That's not your everyday thing, and some gold shot.
Yeah. Is this stuff you would even consider buying?
100%. Yeah. I'll show you on the non-coin gold what we do.
You got a special way to test it?
Yes.
Is this the key tester?
It is.
All right.
So the key tester will test for typically jewelry. It appears to be an 18 karat chain, but what we always do, get a magnifying glass if your eyes are old like mine and you
Can see if it's stamped anywhere.
see if it is.
Yeah, I honestly don't know on that chain. I got it a long time ago, and I don't really remember how many carats it was or really that much about it at all. But
I think the thing that the little tab that would have had the carat
Is
on
gone.
it is gone.
Okay.
So dental gold is usually really good stuff. Yeah, that's straight up 14 karat on the dental gold.
so it is real gold.
For sure. And what's interesting about dental gold is oftentimes there's a little bit of silver, sometimes even platinum in it. And when we take these to the refiner, we can actually pay for what's called a 4-way melt. And we pay extra, but they can then extract not only the gold out, but we could be paid maybe for a minute amount of the other metals like platinum, palladium, or silver. And then gold shot, a little harder to work with just because it's small, but the jewelry tester is pretty good for that.
So this is something that you would consider buying, though?
For sure. If I can verify what it is, I'm willing to buy it.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it looks to be 18 karat shot.
We'll give it a shot, huh?
Yeah. I might test,
pieces?
another couple of beads just to,
Yeah, maybe
just to
one of the
be
bigger ones.
absolutely sure. Yeah, that's good stuff. This key tester is a pretty handy device. A lot of coin dealers don't have this, but jewelers do. And I got the idea a few years ago from a jeweler who recommended this. And it's not terribly expensive. They're, what do you think, Adrian? About 500?
300.
300?
Yeah, 350.
Yeah, but it's a real handy device. And to verify jewelry, usually if the tab were on here, I would look to see what carat it claims to be and then verify it with this. Unfortunately, coming out of China are things that are stamped 14 or 18 karat that truly are not.
Right.
So you want to know where you think it ought to be before you test it.
And just a quick tip that Harry and I do. Harry's really good at this. Whenever we're purchasing items like jewelry or shot, it's a good thing to use all of our senses. Kind of
Yeah.
what we say. Does it smell right? I know it sounds weird, but does it smell right? Does it feel right? Because you can get something like that and it's like it's 22 karat or marked 22 karat, but it feels super light. You develop these things, and it's a good idea to always use all your senses. So, look at the stampings, equipment, a scale, and just kind of your intuition as well.
The other day, Brandon saved me from buying an ounce of gold that wasn't. It tested out on the Metalytics as gold. It was a carded bar, but Brandon said, "You know what? That looks too thick to be a gold bar," and you didn't like how it rattled in the card. It was kind of loose in there.
Were you holding it, or you could see it when he was holding it, or what was that like?
She took it out of her purse, and right away I was like, that looks fake because of the thickness of it. I know those bars they're under like 2 millimeters thick, and this was quite a bit larger or thicker than that.
So it's probably
Just
like copper or
off.
something and gold
I was
plated.
thinking a gold plate or copper core or something.
Something.
It just looked off.
It looked weird.
And I think later on in that conversation with that same person, I noticed she had kind of peeked down into the case, and her purse kind of opened up, and she had like 4 more bars in there. So I started to feel like, okay, maybe there's something going on here.
Yeah, she's trying to go to all the coin shops and see if she can pull one over on you guys.
But that's an example of using all your senses, not just what the gold looked like even, but the question she was asking. She asked us, is $1,400 a good price to get for this? And I said, no, gold's at $1,900 and change.
Yeah, it should be around that at least.
But also, it was disturbing that it fooled the Metalytics.
Yeah.
Because if it is copper in the center, copper can fool that machine, especially if there's a fairly thick coating of gold plating on it. So, like Adrian says, and then Brandon experienced, you got to just use your head. Think it through before you make an offer on something.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of offers, I'm actually not wanting to sell any of this today, but I'm just curious what you'd pay. Would you weigh this out and then give me a dollar amount, or?
Yeah, we would weigh this. We would weigh the gold in grams, and then give you an offer of whatever that 18 karat 5 grams at whatever price gold is that morning. This one's a little bit more. This one takes a little bit more effort because, off the top of my head, I don't recall if the 1/10 ounce Buffalo has a big premium because it was a 1-year type.
Yes.
It's got a bit of a premium.
2008.
Yeah. If you're, thinking of selling something like that, be aware that sometimes gold is going for more than melt because it's got some numismatic value.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to bring the best and the worst that I had, in small pieces.
It's all good in my eyes.
Well, there's no worse gold,
Well, I just meant the lowest price and the highest price, potentially, right? Because this is only a 1/10 ounce, but I mean, they are pretty collectible.
Yeah, but the gray sheet, so these are selling for at least $400 for a 10th ounce. People should be aware that you're going to get something maybe a little below melt for scrap, as we call it, chains, shot, dental gold. But something like this, that's an important coin.
Yeah.
1-year type, so you don't want to be selling that at melt.
Right. Yeah, I think, if gold were at 2,000, then this should be about $200, right, for melt.
Correct.
So it's going for a lot more than that.
Going for double that.
Yeah, it's going for double.
Yeah.
What is the deal with scrap? So you buy scrap, like all this you would consider scrap, right?
Yes.
Or at least the shot, the I think this is a crown, and the little chain.
Right. Broken chain, fine. Still
That's all
gold.
considered scrap?
Yes.
So you buy that from the general public and then you send it in to get melted down or something?
Yes, I bring it to a refiner and have it, they melt it down and they deposit funds in our account.
So they only give you a portion of spot because they have to do all the work and stuff, right? To actually extract the gold and refine it?
Yeah, there's always a cost.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking a piece all along the way. And unfortunately for the public, if you're thinking, well, I'll just go to the refiner myself, most refiners require you to have a business license and be a commercial customer. They don't want to be buying onesie twosie like that.
Yeah, they want to get a whole lot and
Yes.
do it all together at once.
Could I show you one more thing? When I'm not sure if the key tester's acting funny or if I'm just not confident in the electronic test,
Yeah.
I still use the old school acid test.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this.
Yeah, and when I first worked in a coin shop in the early '80s, these machines didn't exist, and so you had to know how to do a test with the acids. And so, for instance, this chain, especially because it didn't have a marking on it, I didn't know what carat I was looking for, and maybe I'm still wondering, gee, is the machine telling me the truth? Because I don't really know what carat this was. So I can acid test it. What we do, this is called a touchstone, and it's just a mildly abrasive stone. And what you do is you take a rubbing. Now see, this is interesting. This chain is not giving me a rubbing, which is very typical of something that's not gold.
So it should come off pretty easily, huh?
And it should come off gold colored, and it's not.
Gold is a very soft metal, so
Yeah, it should come right off.
I would tell you that this was unrehearsed, but no kidding, I don't think this is 18 karat, despite what the machine says.
And
And see,
another
look
thing-
what happened. Now, that's interesting, guys. I only touched it briefly before, and it went to 18 karat, but now look.
So when something hits 18 karat, it's a good indicator that it might be plated. So that's one thing that I've noticed.
Especially if it's stamped at a lower or a higher carat.
Yeah, I wonder. I think maybe the first time when you tested it, you touched the
I think I touched the clasp.
clasp. Yeah. So maybe the clasp has some gold in it.
It might be a gold clasp, but
But the
that's
rest of
meant
it
to
is not.
deceive, you see, because the chain itself goes right to the red. And I could not get a decent rubbing on here. Let me show you what a decent rubbing looks like with this dental gold. You see the difference?
Oh, it comes right
I'm
off.
getting
Yeah.
a streak of gold there.
Yeah, look at that.
Now, I take this acid that says 14 karat on it, and what I want to have happen is, if the gold remains under the liquid, it means it truly is 14 karat.
Well, it looks like it's still there to me.
Yes, but watch what happens if I use a stronger acid for a higher carat.
Like
Again, this
24 or
is 14
something.
karat. Let's see what happens when I test it with 18 karat acid. See what happens under
Oh,
that
yeah,
liquid?
look at
It
that.
immediately dissipates.
It all went away.
Yes.
So it's definitely 14 karat. I mean, maybe it could be like 15 karat, 16.
Well, now that's interesting too. On a piece of jewelry, when you see the 14 karat, it could vary a little by
Yeah.
law, but if it says 14 karat with a P, that means plum. That means it is 14 karat.
Oh, exactly.
14 karat P is absolutely 14 karat.
I see.
Yeah.
So 14 karat should be 585, but like he was saying, if it doesn't have that P meaning plum, it could be 555 or.
Interesting.
Yeah, be careful with 14K GP though, because that's gold plating.
Oh, GP
So,
is the gold plate.
So if it's 14K P, that's
And then
the best
sometimes
14
we'll
you can
also
buy.
say like electroplate or something.
Yeah.
Or 1/20th 14 karat. That's another way to say. There's about 5-6 different ways to say plated
Gold filled too. That's another one.
Gold fill.
or GF.
Okay. So with the gold crown here, we have determined it is 14 karat gold.
Yes.
And you would make me an offer on it?
For sure.
Would you mind if we weigh it out? Because I'm actually curious what it
Yeah.
would be worth. I have literally no idea.
So I have a state license scale over here. It's 1.5 grams. So at this morning's gold prices, if we look on the app here, under 14 karat, I put 1.5 G for grams, and it would be worth $38.07.
No way.
Yeah.
You would give me $38 for that tooth?
Yeah.
That's
One of
crazy.
the problems with buying dental gold, though, is more often than not, there's tooth still in there. So I asked permission to crack it out because I don't want to be buying glue or teeth at gold prices.
You know what's funny? Is that this tooth is actually my grandma's. It's a crown.
Grandma dragon.
Yeah, Grandma Dragon's
Dragons have
tooth. So I thought it'd be funny to get it appraised. But there you go, Grandma. It's worth almost $40 for your crown.
Thank you, Grandma.
You know, I've actually had one guy over the years come in here from the dentist. The tooth and the crown were wrapped in a bloody gauze
Oh
to
no!
sell it to me. So We get it all here.
Yeah, definitely clean off the teeth before you bring it down to Harry's.
Wait a week. I don't know. It's straight from the dentist was rough.
So we're about $40 there on that. The chain, you think you would probably just pass on, right?
I have to pass. It didn't. It flunked everything.
I almost got one across
almost did.
though. I mean,
Oh no,
it seemed real at
that's
first.
the thing. We tested, multiple ways.
Yeah, obviously before you buy it, you would have done more tests on it.
You curious about what the shots were?
Yeah, can we do the acid test actually on the shot?
Yeah, a little harder because it's harder to grab a piece of that, but I can make it happen.
I would love to see what your acid test says. And we can compare it to the key, which said it was like, I think 18 carat.
So I am able to get a rubbing off of it.
Every time you rub a little bit off though, that's like...
It's very, very minute, but you're right.
That's like a penny, Harry.
You're losing some.
Well, that's 1 cent right there.
18 karat acid.
All right. Yeah. Give me my 1 cent
We
back.
drop the liquid on there, and what happens?
It's still there.
Nothing. That's a good thing.
Well, can we go up? I mean, can we do
Let's try that. Let's go to
Maybe it's more than 18 karat.
let's go to 22 karat.
Let's
See
see.
what happens.
How about that? 22 karat.
Wow.
I mean, it's definitely not eating it up.
This is another reason why we do multiple tests too, so we don't just go with one. The acid test is
Let's try it on the
this
key.
one that I like doing a lot.
Maybe it's just such a small piece that the key
Yeah.
has a hard time picking it up.
I think that's probably it because it's not getting a full signal like, say, a ring would get. My 14 karat ring is going to go right to the green.
I've
Oh,
also
yeah.
noticed on like Krugerrands, even though they're 22 karat, they'll still show up as 18 on the key tester for some reason. So that could be like 24 karat shot. It's showing up as 18. We can't test higher than 22. So if the customer knew it was, 24 karat shot, 999 fine gold shot, it'd probably be best to tell us that, and then we'd
Yeah.
probably be like, oh, yeah.
And
this-
not to belabor the whole census thing, but two things about this tell me that it's probably higher than 18 karat. One is the color. It's really, really the color of almost pure gold.
It's a great color.
Like if you look at the gold buffalo, which is 24 karat, it's very close in color.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, for what little amount of gold is in this bag, it's very heavy.
It is heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm thinking the key machine is measuring light and the acid is far more accurate. It's probably, although, look what's happened with a little time. You see?
Yeah, it's starting to eat away
It's
at it a little bit.
but not the 18 karat acid. So it's somewhere between 18 and 22 karat.
Yeah, I guess it's probably hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, especially because it's not labeled. I mean, this is just some random pieces of shot, and you're trying your best, but really you'd have to melt it down and get it fire assayed if you wanted to know exactly what the carat was.
But that's not practical when someone's standing at the counter, and so I'd have to explain that given the tests I did, I'd have to buy it at 18 karat to protect myself because the margins are very small on this. And we know it's at least 18 karat, but the fact that after a couple of minutes the 22 karat dissolved makes me think that it's somewhere below that, somewhere
Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah, maybe 20 carat or something like that.
Possibly.
Well, I guess the bottom line is it's not a really good idea to buy gold shot or silver shot as an investment because it's really hard to resell. I mean, we have all these tools here and we're still having a hard time determining the exact amount of gold that's in this this shot here. So
I mean, if it was like in the original retailers, like sealed capsule or something that said 999 on it, then we would know. But I mean, if you brought in a Ziploc bag full of shot, we don't know if that's 3/9 fine shot or if it's sterling shot that a jeweler would use, which is
Yeah.
925.
yeah, people ask me all the time, should I just buy gold shot, silver shot? And the answer we're finding out is clearly no.
And be careful with those sealed looking jars because I have a friend that's a jeweler and he's gotten 14 karat gold where it's supposed to be 24 karat gold in those jars.
Wow.
So just be cautious.
And also just the premiums on the shot too. It's funny. It's like you could get a 100-ounce silver bar for much lower premium than the shot, which makes me think that some of the people selling the shot take the the 10-ounce or 100-ounce bars and melt them down and make the little beads themselves.
Yeah, it's probably profitable for them to do that and sell it to the jewelers. Well, if we were going to sell this, or I guess if you were going to buy this today at 18 karat, would you be able to give me a number on the shot just so we can kind of know?
Sure. The weight of the gold is 7.7 grams.
Okay, 7.7. So
So if I go to my app,
it's not nothing.
that's definitely not nothing.
I mean, that's more than these gold bars here, although only at 18 karat.
So 7.7 grams of 18 karat gold would be $251.27.
Wow, look at that. And that's what you would pay me?
Yes.
Wow, $250 plus grandma's tooth. I mean, I'm rolling in it today.
Time to take grandma out for breakfast.
All right, well, we were able to get a price on everything, and this was kind of an impromptu appraisal video, certainly different than the other ones, but it was fun, and I think people are always curious how much money they could get for, the dental stuff or, jewelry. Obviously, this one didn't end up being real, but I really appreciate the time, Harry.
Sure, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and we'll have to do it again sometime. I'll bring in some more stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm going to say bye to Brandon over here,
Thanks
too.
for coming by.
Yep. Richard, good to see you. Welcome back from the Coin Show. Adrian, take care.